My name is Alan Robertson. My title is project manager. I also am a design engineer, so I do the project management and most of the structural analysis for the Mass office.
My name's James Boone. I've been working for IPS for about a year now.
What do you do for these guys?
I'm the crew leader. I do all the installs and I also help out on the electrical portion of this job.
Why did you choose this kind of work?
Good question. It kind of chose me. I started going to school for civil engineering, and then the more I got into it, the more I realized there's a lot of bad business practices in the construction world, and so I got into sustainable design and green energy, and then got out of college and was searching for a job, and this one popped out at me, and I thought it was great.
Spreading the word, huh?
Got it, yeah.
I was out west for a little while, and out west about 2 years ago it was really big before it really hit in Massachusetts, and then I found out about Massachusetts programs and how many companies were popping out, and I got the opportunity to work with independent power systems.
So what do you like about the work that you do?
Everything. I think an easier question to answer is what I don't like.
Well,
Actually, that would be nothing.
It's all good, huh?
Exactly, yeah.
What's the most satisfying aspect of the work that you do?
Probably education. Since, like I said before, no one really knows about it. So I think one of the most satisfying things is when you answer somebody's question, you can see the look on their face, like, no way, this is really a viable solution.
Just making a difference with the whole environment and getting everything down to net zero for people.
What's different in residential solar now from, say, 5 or 10 years ago?
It's more affordable, I think, is probably the major thing. We've got new leasing options, which make larger systems such as the one you own really affordable, and for someone that may not be making millions of dollars, whereas maybe 5-10 years ago it wouldn't be possible. So I think that's one thing that the industry gets, a negative stigma, because people think it's too expensive, but now it's not the case anymore. So
all the incentives that Massachusetts has came out with, right now you have the 30% federal tax credit, and then you also have the 15% state incentive with the SREC program also.
What are your typical customers looking to achieve with their systems?
Good question. It's not always the same. I think probably a majority of them, it's obviously environmental. So they're looking to achieve net zero, so no electricity consumed that wasn't produced via solar or some other coupled system like geothermal, or so probably net zero. But then you also get the people that are strictly financial. So
trying to get down to net zero and wipe out that electric bill.
What are some of the biggest myths and misunderstandings about solar that you'd clear up if you could?
Oh yeah, especially in Massachusetts, it's not possible here. People keep saying that it's too cloudy, too snowy. Our winters are too long, so the snow stays on the panels. Not true. So we've got plenty of people that overproduce, and also it's too expensive. That's one thing I hear constantly. I can't afford it, and 95% of the times it's not true.
It's not too good to be true.
What's the biggest surprise for people when they first look into solar?
Probably around here, definitely that it's possible to use in Massachusetts. That's one thing I hear constantly. They're always like, oh, well, it's too cloudy here. So that's the biggest surprise. That, and like I said before, also it's affordable. Once I break down payments for some people, just a basic overview, they're always like, wow, it sounds too good to be true. Also SRECs, actually. People are always extremely surprised by you getting paid for what you produce.
Yeah, and actually how much of a return it actually has right now is pretty impressive.
If you could change one thing about the solar industry, what would it be?
The whole green industry gets this sort of stigma where so if someone drives down your street, for instance, and sees your array, they think of, oh, that's abnormal. That guy's got a solar array. So I want it to be accepted as something very, very common, like, oh, that guy doesn't have a solar array. That's odd. So I think it's marketability. It's a lot of the companies don't know how to market themselves in this can be a generally accepted thing for everybody sort of way.
Any closing thoughts for people who are on the fence about solar?
Look into it. Get a solar assessment and see what you think. I can guarantee you're going to be surprised about how much it could work for you.
How do they find a solar assessment?
Call us. Independent Power Systems. You can go. Anyone will do it. So as long as you get solar, I won't be bitter. It's not from us. As long as you get it. But if you just go on our website and find out you like us, just give us a ring. It's free. So we'll head out.
Just go with it. See what you think.
Get a crew on the roof, man. Get some silicon on the roof. All right. Thanks a mil.
No problem. Thank you.
Thanks a million.
My pleasure.